Welcome to our podcast, everyone. This is the second episode, and we're joined with a guest here today. Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. My name is V. I just go by V for short. My full name is Vithana, but, keep it simple.
Yeah.
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 At least none of our names are like Tyrannosaurus Rex or something.
It's true.
I'll have you know it's Velociraptor.
Well, I did...
I didn't even mean for that.
Senior year, I almost legally changed my name to V with 19 E's on the end of it. So my license would be VE to the power of 19.
Or would it just be V?
Yeah. Yeah, I really thought about it.
Yeah, no, you just got like a really long card.
Oh, yeah, even better. Yeah.
So it's like, officer comes up, sir, can you show me your ID? You're just like, 1 second.
Yeah.
You have like a sword
it's basically
sheath for
a
it.
color. It's basically a color like palette that you get at like Home's Depot or something. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
That would be amazing. So, well, Vivian, what were we thinking of talking about today?
So, I had an idea for I don't know if I should call this a game or not, but it's like one of those get to know you type things. Like, I found a list of all these questions to ask
okay.
your friends, and we're gonna all answer them.
Ooh. By chance, are these questions the 100 or so questions on OkCupid?
These questions are very tame.
Those are some. If you look those up, those questions are pretty hilarious to answer.
Who wants to pick the first question?
So the question is, if you were a drink, what would you be?
Probably something boring, something vanilla, huh?
Probably like a Shirley cocktail.
Vivian, were you describing me there?
No.
I'm joking. 'cause
I meant it in the other way, not in I'm white, which I'm very much not.
I know, that was my joke.
You're I don't know, I was gonna joke and say water because I'm plain and boring, but that's very untrue.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are not boring.
I know. I'm deep. I'm like an onion. So many layers.
You're onion. So if you were a drink, you'd be onion juice.
Ew. You just shredded all the layers and put them into one thing. That's so boring. Ooh, can I be like a slushie then?
An onion slushy.
No,
Ugh.
like a slushie, like those layered ones that people do.
Yeah.
It's like
Hell yeah.
there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a bunch of layers.
What flavors?
But instead of it like ending, it just never ends.
Oh, I was gonna say what flavors. It's like, well, if it never ends, then let's not go in that rabbit hole.
All of them. All right, Jackson,
Sure.
what about you?
I don't know. I'd say eggnog because I'm white as fuck, but like, I'm pretty fun and I can be pretty festive. So yeah, eggnog.
I don't know. I get like root beer vibes from you, Jackson.
He is obsessed with root beer.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Is that fair?
No, the funniest, I thought that, but I'm like, I think root beer, but I have no idea how I would justify, like, I am root beer. I guess because I'm sweet,
Well, how about-
very sweet, maybe too sweet.
I was gonna say maybe it's because you drank it so much that you have become root beer. You are what
Yeah.
you eat.
You cry root beer?
I was gonna say, I haven't drank it actually recently, but then like 2 days ago, because I was feeling down, I drank two little glass bottles of it. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Are you like A&W root beer though? Or are you homemade root beer?
Ooh. I'd say homemade, because I don't like to go with like...
He's not a carbon copy.
Yeah, I don't like to go, I guess, with like stereotypes and like, I don't like to go with the flow. I like to do my own thing. So yeah, homemade.
It's like every batch is a little different.
You make that sound like there's a new me created every day. Like when I wake up, it's not from sleep. When I wake up, it's not from sleep. I'm just being born again.
Do you like your root beers flatter or more more floaty?
Honestly, I kind of like it more flat because it goes down easier. Because I do like sometimes...
Oh, I was just say I like mine more. I like mine with lots of fizz.
I just don't like root beer.
Fair enough.
Sue me.
Yeah, she hates dark sodas.
I know. It sounds
No.
like it sounds particular, but then when I start listing all the sodas I hate, there's a theme.
That's true.
Dark sodas.
Huh? Really? Dark sodas?
It's like I hate root beer, I hate Pepsi, I hate Coca-Cola, I do not like grape soda.
I mean, I can, well, aside from grape soda, I mean, like Coca-Cola, root beer, and Pepsi, I can kind of see that because they don't necessarily all have a similar taste, but they all kind of got that same, I guess, like, I don't know what category call it, I guess soda, like soda taste. Like, it's not like, oh, it's lime, or it's...
That artificial flavoring?
Have you had Mexican Coke,
Well, not even that, 'cause
Vivian? Have you had like Mexican Coca-Cola before?
No.
Oh.
Well, okay, I might have. I don't really
Like in the
remember.
long,
I
in the
usually
long thin glass bottles.
in the glass bottles
Yeah.
and stuff. Probably. I don't remember. I've definitely had it in Vietnam before, but I was 5.
That's fair.
So I don't remember.
that is a good point.
When you're
that-
5, everything's
'cause if
fair
it's, like-
game.
Because if it's like the artificial stuff, like that's a good point, V. Like she might, or Vivian, you might like the Mexican sodas or like glass bottle like root
Yeah.
beer better because they're usually more natural.
Oh yeah, the glass bottle sodas are the best. Hands down the best.
They're natural made.
I
Yeah,
love
like Virgil's root beer.
Oh
Is just,
yeah, Virgil's root beer is good. Mm-hmm.
Same with Frosties.
Oh yeah.
Although
yeah,
I
yeah.
could live with the root beer float, probably because the ice cream is distracting me from the root beer.
What flavor ice cream would you put in it though?
I'd probably do a classic root beer float though, honestly. I can't imagine putting in like
Vanilla?
an orange sherbet into a root beer. Like, why would I do that?
Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just be like whack and put pistachio ice cream in there.
Ew. That you just ruined
What
one of my
about, like-
favorite flavors.
What about like mint? But like the artificial green mint.
I mean, I can live with like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah, mint chocolate, it tastes great, but it's just like the artificial green. Whenever I eat it, I'm like, oh, this is horrible for me. I'm like, just because a mint plant is green doesn't mean you need to make mint stuff green. Point in case, this doesn't need to be green.
Alright, V, since you're the guest, do you want to pick our next question?
No, you should go for it.
Alright.
One of you two figure it out.
Well, you got the list, so I was just giving you the
I
opportunity
do?
to pick
I have a
one.
list?
I texted it to you.
Oh, on my phone.
Yes, we all have cell phones.
Oh, if you could travel to one of the planets, which planet would you go to?
So we're talking just in our solar system?
Can I go to one that doesn't
Yeah,
exist?
why not?
Can I go to Tatooine?
Oh, Tatooine.
I don't.
Would you want to go to Tatooine though?
No, I just picked that name out of the top of my head. I'm like, wait, no, I don't want to go there. It's like,
I was like I barely understand Star Wars references, and even I don't understand why you would want to go there.
for context, Vivian.
Yeah.
For context,
true.
it has 2
Ugh.
suns. Enough
I was
said.
just thinking of like what was it like what was it like episode 6 or something? They start out Tatooine with that giant snowstorm. I was just like, why would you want to be there?
That's not Vivian. Tatooine is a giant
No
desert.
good.
Oh,
You're thinking of
5.
You're thinking of
Yeah, 5.
You're
Yeah.
thinking of Hoth.
you go.
That Hoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where it's just a giant
Ooh,
blizzard.
okay.
I've only seen
Well-
2 Star Wars movies, and I got very bored.
I know.
Do we want to split this in 2? Let's do one real planet and one fake planet. Yeah.
Good idea.
Jackson, would you like to start?
Oh, yeah, sure. So this is like
Yeah.
saying we can go to the planet and not worry about like dying.
Does it have to be classified as a planet?
Yeah. Let's say like you can take like an hour jaunt. You can like take an hour's jaunt.
I would definitely go to Venus then because I want to see what the surface of Venus
Oh.
looks like.
Oh.
But then for fictional planet, I'd probably go to I'd probably go to Kashyyyk because that's where Chewbacca's from, and I just want to hang out with Chewbacca.
I mean, we're basically there. We're in Oregon.
True, that's true. Just gotta find
True.
Bigfoot.
You basically embody
Yeah, it's
Chewbacca
true.
with the amount of body hair you have,
Well,
though.
aren't the Wookiees based off of like George Lucas's dog or
I don't
something?
know.
Something like that,
Weird
yeah.
like that.
He's like,
Yeah.
what if we made my dog like a person?
Yeah.
Well-
Hell yeah, bro.
Chewbacca would be a very disturbing person then, considering the things Toby's done to me.
What's your choices, Vivian?
Real planet. I want to go to Pluto because everyone says it's not a planet.
rebel against society.
Just because. Sometimes I just do things because people say not to.
A planet is only what we consider it
That's
to be.
true. It's
you
a
know?
dwarf planet, technically, isn't it? So, the word planet, isn't it?
It's a societal construct.
We didn't have to say it was a quote-unquote planet, not... It just... I don't know. I'm being
What's your-
rebellious, I guess.
What's your choice for fictional planet?
Oh,
I have no clue, honestly, because I don't really know anything about fictional space.
say the moon. Just say the moon. The moon is fake.
But the moon isn't a planet. It's a moon.
No, that's the point, Vivian. The moon is
Jonathan-
the moon is a fake planet because it's not a planet.
Yeah, it's a myth.
Oh, okay. That's where I can go. I was gonna say like a black hole or something then.
Ooh, black hole would be
Just
fun
because it'd
too.
be so fun. And it would be very stupid
Yeah,
at the same time.
you'd live forever. You'd live forever, technically.
Honestly, who on earth knows? Those things confuse me.
Yeah. Really?
Well, I mean, like, I just
I don't know.
don't understand how they're made and everything. Like, I'm not an astrophysicist or anything. I'm learning biology, V. Why on earth would I know about space?
I'm trying to remember.
Where would I get time to
That's
have
true.
that?
It's funny. I'm trying to remember what I know about black holes, and I'm just
I
like,
know.
I don't know anything. Never mind.
You know, the most I know about space
Um,
is all of the astrology,
I know.
like, signs. That's not even, like, real.
yeah.
I mean, no. Those
Yeah.
are actual constellations.
I know a
so.
little bit about space.
I know, but I meant, like, the personality
Sure.
stuff, because me and
Oh,
Jackson
okay.
have talked about it so much that I just remembered. It just retained.
Like you're a Leo, I'm a Leo, you're a Scorpius. we don't mishmash.
I don't remember the specific personality types.
Actually, it's a Scorpio.
You get what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. What are your choices, V?
I'd like to go to Jupiter, and I'd either want to be just out of the atmosphere, so I could like from a real close perspective look at all the storms that rage on there, or I'd want to be like just like a kite in a storm, just be thrown and whipped about, kind of violently.
Like right in the
Yep.
right in like the
Yeah.
red eye
Oh
or whatever
yeah.
it is.
Just woo, just going off.
The ultimate roller coaster.
Oh, and then
That'd be cool.
And then for fictional planets, it's a toss up, but they're both jokes. So the first one is Cybertron. I would just want to go to Cybertron and just be
Yes.
like, and like I would want like all the Transformers or whatever to be just like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I don't know, what are you doing here? This is my planet. I built all of this, and just make them really confused. And then my other joke question is probably what is it, Exegol? That's how you say the name, right?
From episode 9.
Yeah, I would just be there and be like, so where's all the bathrooms? Because there's tons of people here and no bathrooms.
Hey, that's a good point.
And like, can I get a Sith robe? Can I get a Sith robe and lightsaber too?
Yeah,
Because you know
can I-
everyone else has them.
Can I get a cool mask?
Yeah.
Can I play around with the dead guy in the cloning tank?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be like, hey, there's just a guy down there, and he looks like, should I unplug him? Should I plug him back in? What's going on?
Just
So
like
lost.
completely ruin every situation. Cause like Ray comes in and you just like shoot her and you're like, don't worry guys, I got her.
Yeah. Man, we could have had so much better. We got done so dirty.
Yeah, don't get me
We
wrong,
really
I
did.
enjoyed that movie. Could have been so much better.
Yeah. In the moment, it's like, oh my god. And then afterwards, you're like, wait a minute.
No, that's exactly it. You're just like in the moment,
Yeah.
woohoo! Afterwards,
Oh man, and we have like
That sounds like life.
this next Star Wars trilogy starts up next year too. You know that, right?
yeah, it's weird. It's like
We have the next 30 years. We have 30 more years of Star Wars every year. It's nuts.
it's too much.
I was gonna say the question
Yeah.
when is it gonna start getting bad? Like really bad.
I mean, I would argue even like episode 6 was like kind of
Oh yeah,
the downturn. Once the Ewoks kind of got more involved with everything, I was kind of, even like when I watched it the first time, I was like, this is kind of weird.
no, like really, episode 6,
And then-
the first like thing where they're on Tatooine, great. The second half of the thing where it's all
Yeah.
the final battles going on, the 3 at the time, great. Everything in
Yeah.
between, not so great.
I've literally
Yeah.
only watched episode 4 and 5, so I'm lost.
But Star Wars is there's a really good book, but about I can't forget the title
There's
of it. right
so
now, but
many books.
Essentially, Star Wars is the number one most recognizable brand
Oh, yeah.
in the whole world. which is crazy. Like, you can go anywhere and you see like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, you know,
They're
Han
like,
Solo,
hey.
Princess Leia, and people know what
I'm
you're
not
talking about. It
surprised.
is the
Literally.
number one brand in the world, which
Yeah.
makes sense for why Disney shelled out like what
$1 billion.
$4.5 billion
Yeah,
or
There's
something
a lot of
nuts like
potential
that.
with that.
Yeah.
It was
Crazy.
already really big. It was
Well,
like,
Yeah, there
why
is.
not?
Because like,
And it's gonna be super safe.
oh sorry, because like Star Wars, because like you can make any
Yeah.
story you want within Star Wars.
Except
Like you want
we
to like,
don't.
because like what the,
We make the except we
what?
don't. Disney approves the same 3 stories to get told over and
Honestly,
over again
I get
because they're
it.
afraid of losing money,
well that's
which is nuts.
exactly
Yeah.
that's why I'm loving like the
Oh
spin-off
my
stuff,
God.
like the Mandalorian and stuff so
Yo,
much more
we-
because it's actually like a different. It feels like a different
Yeah.
genre
Yeah.
than just
Yeah.
adventure.
We talked about it very briefly, but Clone Wars is
It looked
Oh,
interesting in all the
amazing,
commercials I
beautiful.
kept getting of it as a kid,
everything I wanted out of it.
but I never watched it.
Season 7.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some really cool behind the scenes of the
Am I gonna get like strapped down to a chair and forced to watch it? Like you're gonna have those eye opener things on me, make me watch it?
I don't think so. Like the thing about Clone Wars is that really it's like a grab bag. You know, you can like it's
Yeah,
all on
for
Disney
sure.
Plus now, but like,
And
even when
I
it was on
have
Netflix,
access.
like I didn't even watch all of it.
Yeah.
I would just go through, like read the descriptions of the episodes that
Mm-hmm.
sounded interesting,
Yeah.
and I'd watch that one because they'd only be like 20 minutes long, and it'd be great.
Yeah, because they're not like connected. A lot of them, so you can
That's
just watch
nice. Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
some episodes suck, so you could just skip them and be like, oh, well, whatever, skip.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
couple of episodes that
I'm the
suck.
person who just
the
watches.
Martez sisters.
I'm the person who literally watches everything from beginning to end, even if it's episodic, because I'm kind of lazy to look at the description. I kind of just leave everything on autoplay, you know. So I just like do whatever and it's playing.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
And then like,
yeah.
You prepared for.
and then I always get afraid of missing something.
Star Wars is kind of nice like that though. Well, Star Wars is nice.
Yep.
Because you can just pick it up whenever
Yeah.
you want, you know, because since you know every character essentially, it's like, you know, you start some random episode like episode 24 of season I don't know 2 or 3 or whatever, and it's like Anakin Skywalker in trouble, Obi-Wan there being
Handsome.
snarky and handsome but also in trouble, and Count Dooku,
The-
and it's like, you know how this is gonna play out.
That's kind of what I did with Vampire Diaries.
Yo, Vampire Diaries was not bad, also not great, but also
I
not
only
bad.
watched one season of it
Uh-huh.
because it was the only season that sounded interesting to me.
It got kind of
And
weird.
What was her name? Like, what was the
Oh.
main character's name? Like Elena or something?
I can't remember. All I'm thinking about is Teen Wolf right now, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but like the main character, like I was only watching the season where she became a vampire
Yeah.
because I was
Oh,
like,
no.
how horrible is this going to be? Like, there's like
Man.
the whole period where she's just a horrible person. I'm like, I just
Oh.
want to watch this.
Ooh.
Was Vampire Diaries before or after Twilight? I'm trying to think.
I don't really remember. I think they were around the same time because Vampire Diaries went on for a long time. Same thing with Twilight.
It did. I feel like it began in 2009.
Yeah, Vampire Diaries
And
started.
didn't Twilight come out in 2011? Did Twilight come out in
Vampire Diaries
2011?
started in 2009, and then Twilight was 2008.
Oh, 2008?
Oh,
Twilight came out in
So-
2008?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
there was that
jeez.
whole like sexy vampire craze.
so it's like a year apart. So it's like Twilight
Yeah.
came out. They saw the hype. It's like,
Yeah,
we gotta get on this.
Well, they're like, oh, look at Edward.
it's true. And then after that, it became the young adult craze.
There
Mm-hmm.
still kind of is in a way, I would say. Like, I feel like that's never truly died down.
I know. I'm just sitting there like, can we get more of the bleh, I want to suck your blood, Count Dracula vampires? Those are fun. It's like, give me that.
Jackson, have you ever watched What We Do in the Shadows? The movie or the TV series?
No, but
Oh my
you've told me
God.
about it before, and I'm face palming internally.
You need to watch that.
I know, because I was like,
It's written and directed
I
by
know.
Taika Waititi, who did Thor Ragnarok.
love
Oh my
him.
god, it's hilarious.
and he did the one of the best
man.
Mandalorian episodes where Baby,
Mm-hmm.
not that this is a highlight of it, but Baby Yoda gets punched in the face.
That's not cool.
Yeah. He also, did you know Taika Waititi? He also plays the IG-88 droid. He voices him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can agree with you. And it was not cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never cool. Don't punch cute things.
Don't worry though, the dude who gets
Unless they're trying to kill you.
yeah, right after that though, don't worry, him the guy gets his butt kicked
Did we-
by Taika Waititi, the droid.
It would have been funny if Baby Yoda beat him up, though.
Yeah. Do we?
He's a baby.
That would have been
Probably will.
entertaining.
He probably will.
Like, you would have expected it. Could you imagine?
He would like force punch him.
Yeah, grab his fist.
Yeah. He'll do the thing. He'll do that weird thing that Yoda did in episode 3 where his fists go all blue.
But
when he's fighting Palpatine, and you're like, what is happening? You're like, what's happening here? And then we just never hear about it ever again.
And then he just explodes.
Yeah, like basically all Jedi can Kamehameha or Hadouken or whatever.
Yeah, Yoda's like,
Yeah.
no, even better, he starts flipping around like Yoda did in those movies. He's like,
Yeah. Oh man, that was nuts.
it was so silly, because especially in episode 2, I vividly remember the whole time he's going like, "Arr!" Like
Yeah.
he's screaming, and I'm like, bro, you need to chill down. Yoda has
Yeah.
dementia. Oh god.
Once quarantine is over, Jackson, we really should watch the prequels together and just like make fun of it the whole time. I would love that.
Yes, I will happily do that. And then Vivian can be there and fall asleep.
What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite Star Wars movie to hate?
Of the prequels?
Yeah.
That's difficult. It's either honestly it's
Ooh.
Revenge of the Sith, because Revenge of the Sith is the only one where I don't feel
That's
like I'm in
true.
a coma the whole movie. And there's lots of fun. There's so many
Yeah,
funny
it's
moments
true.
and memes from that movie. Because like Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace just make me kind of upset, but then Revenge of the Sith, I'm like, I have fun making fun of them, but then Revenge of the Sith, I actually like
Yeah.
have a little fun with the actual movie itself
Sand.
too. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Oh, what about the pear? The pear that he
Yeah,
floats?
yeah,
Oh
the
man.
fucking
Oh
pear.
man, that's nuts.
The pear that he force floats at her, and then she eats the pear with a knife and fork. I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? And then,
I like. Oh yeah.
I
I like Phantom Menace the best. Phantom Menace, so funny to watch. Like Qui-Gon Jinn, aka Liam Neeson, is so creepy in that movie. Like anytime he's on, like there are multiple scenes in that movie where he just has both of his hands on Shmi, young Anakin Skywalker's single virgin mom's shoulders, and it's like so creepy.
Oh, I've
Also, you
completely
got-
forgotten about that.
Yeah, you also get all of the racist caricatures that
Yeah.
get slightly toned down over 2 and 3.
Yeah,
You got
fucking-
Watto, and you got Newt Gunray, and you got
Newt Gunray, the racist Asian stereotype, and then
Oh, yeah,
the
it's-
Jamaican
yeah.
Jar Jar Binks. I didn't
Yeah.
register as a kid. I watched it back. Like you watch scenes back, it's like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's bad when you think about it. You're like, George, how could you?
Yeah, this.
You
is
know,
bad.
maybe he was right to wait those 20 years or whatever between movies.
Okay, well, quick. I'm gonna do an imitation of Newt Gunray. You don't mind me doing a racist station accent, do you?
Oh, it's so bad. It's like,
He goes like literally, it's like, oh no, they're the Jedi. I can't do it that good, but it's really fucking racist. And it's like, oh.
Just hearing that, I don't want to see them.
these Jedi are not allowed into our Senate, or something stupid like that. It's so bad. Oh, yeah, it's like, gas what do they say? They're like,
Yeah.
poison gas the chamber that they are in.
Literally like that, and it's so bad. That is perfect. That is perfect. It's so racist. No, yeah. So, and then Jar Jar Binks is like a racist Jamaican thing. He's all
Why?
like, I can't do it
Just why?
because ask George Lucas. I don't
Let's
know.
travel back in time and ask him.
He's still alive. But no, yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, I know. But his mindset's probably changed.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Or someone just shut him out of the creative process.
Oh yeah. Also, he was apparently not like gross. Not like gross with women in terms of like sexual harassment or anything, but gross in terms of wardrobe. Like Princess Leia wasn't allowed to wear a bra because like there's no bras in space. I'm like, if anything, you need a bra more in space
Yeah, wouldn't you get punched in the face by your boobs?
because they're all floating around.
I'm just imagining, because there's no gravity.
Oh. Yeah, I like how he told, oh my gosh. I'm blanking on her name right now. I can't. Am I an idiot?
What character?
That one character.
This is so bad.
Padme?
I'm gonna be shunned by the Star Wars community even more if I can't remember her name.
Thank God I'm not in that community. You can just join me over here.
Princess Leia. Yeah, Princess Leia. I can't think of her real name. What?
Yes.
No, it's all good.
Carrie Fisher. Or like how he told Carrie Fisher
Oh,
like
Carrie
that
Fisher, yeah.
she wasn't allowed to wear panties throughout the entire filming of the
Ew.
Star Wars originals because panties didn't exist.
No lingerie allowed, ladies.
Oh, I thought it was just a bra.
Yeah.
I didn't know it
That's
was
pretty
everything.
It was super
gross.
What
yeah,
the fuck?
super creepy.
Yeah.
Well, especially with like that
No.
outfit she
Yeah.
wore in episode 6,
Tell me
where it's
about
literally like
that.
just
Yeah.
a long loincloth. It's like, no, wear underwear with
Men are
that.
kind of
Yeah.
gross.
Also, it's
Like
not
that-
like they could see
Yeah.
the
Men are
underneath.
gross.
That's very gross. Not kind of,
It's
very.
yeah.
It's like you have to go commando. I
It's like no.
prefer to have an option.
Man, it should have been. I'll say it here. Anyone who doesn't agree with me isn't a real Star Wars fan, but Slave Leia outfit should have been worn by Luke. Just saying.
I also
That would've
find it
been-
so funny whenever he's like, "Oh, that's so
See?
hot." And I'm like, y'all realize she's a slave? Like, that's not a hot situation. That's a very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
Like literally, we were trying to abolish it all, like decades ago.
Yeah. But that's just like consumer vision, right? Like the big meme, like there's a big like vision meme for like Fallout and Bethesda. It's like,
Oh.
ooh, look,
Hilarious.
pretty cool sci-fi guns and stuff, but it's just about how capitalism is bad and like how it ruins the world and stuff.
That
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
just makes me think of Parasite because of
Yes.
the whole capitalistic thing with the social classes.
Oh, Parasite was so good. None of my other friends have seen it. I can't make them because of quarantine. It's like, you just need to watch it, please. Like,
You need to like figure out how to remotely strap them to a chair and plate and control their TV.
Yeah.
Duh.
that's
That's just all you need to do.
yeah, that's
And like build this whole booby trap
Yeah.
chair and then ship it to them and tell them like give them instructions on where to put it and then somehow trick them into sitting in it and there you go.
No, Vivian. Make the taser chair that
Oh.
Michael Reeves made for Where's Waldo, but it tases you whenever you don't watch Parasite.
Okay, but the thing is they can
Oh.
just get out of the chair. They need to be strapped in.
oh, speaking of
So it's like for every second Parasite isn't
true.
playing, you're getting shocked or every time it's paused.
Yeah, they can't get out of the chair if they're being
It's true.
zapped.
It's this sounds
Maybe,
a lot
I
like
don't know.
indoctrination all of a sudden.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know, but yeah,
It
Parasite's
is,
good.
it's so good.
Oh, what was the Oh, what was? Oh, I'm trying to think of another good South Korean film that I watched recently. I can't think of the name.
I don't really watch the movies as much. I usually would watch a
K-dramas are
K-drama if
also-
I watch something,
Oh,
honestly. I mean, hey, I got Jackson to watch one.
yeah, K dramas are great.
Hell yeah, and it was
It
really
was.
fucking good.
He was more emotional than me.
That's alright.
Yes, because I am more emotional than you.
Yeah, you're a man in touch
general.
with your emotions. In my opinion, the best kind of man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Suck it.
It's very important to be. in
Thank
touch.
you. I agree.
I know. I sound like a robot in comparison to you. It just takes a lot more to get a reaction out of me, I feel like.
Vivian's such. I'm just finding out now that Vivian is a stone cold bitch inside. Doesn't care about anything.
Vivian just watches a man die and she's like, good riddance.
Hey, I joked to Jackson I'm like a robot.
Is that when you were a lifeguard, right?
I think
you
that's
were a
happened
lifeguard,
before.
right? Yeah. No, Vivian. Yeah, you'd see someone drowning, and you're like, you see someone drowning, you're like,
yeah,
he's a
when we
man.
didn't ha-
So
when I had a
it's
job.
okay.
Get this
You
loser.
just kind of turn. Yeah. Did you ever save anyone?
Oh, many times.
Really?
Yeah, oh my gosh, my first lifeguard rescue was such a flop for me. Like, so like you've been to Mount Scott Pool before, right? Like you
Yeah.
seen, like you've seen that. So you know that whirlpool we have. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
at that chair that's near it. I was gonna try to jump over the wall from the chairs. I ended up like having my feet land right where the wall is and like kneed
Oh.
myself in the face and fell into the water.
Oh,
and then had to
jeez.
walk around to get to them.
Oh gosh. You're like, I'm coming to help you, wait, and you're like slowly like, just slowly making your way around.
But first, help me.
Yeah, I'm coming to help you. Actually, I need the help.
What
Fuck.
happens when the helper needs help?
It's kind of funny, like
Yeah.
some of the things that happen during rescues.
Oh.
It just reminds me of a quote I heard somewhere. It's like, medic, he was the medic.
Oh my gosh. I've had so much, like when I first started I definitely had a lot more rescues compared to like the more I worked there, honestly. I think it's because I stopped overreacting to people.
People almost
That's what I was
drowning.
thinking. It's like you kind of got used to like
Yeah.
I'm just
seeing like,
Yeah.
oh, that person. That person doesn't need help. They're just being extra. So like
Or
deal
they're
with
just, or it's like I'll give them a few seconds, see if they get themselves back up, and it's like, oh, still doing that. All right, in I go. Because sometimes when people look like they're starting to drown, like
Yeah.
sometimes they like pick
Well, that's-
themselves back up, like before, and then you're
Yeah.
in the water. It's like this is awkward.
And that's kind of the dangers of drowning, right? Is that
Yeah,
like
like-
it's hard to really know when someone is drowning because it kind of
Yeah.
like isn't it like don't most people like panic and freak out and like whatever
Yeah.
or something? Yeah.
well,
it. Yeah, because
yeah,
you're like,
people freak out for sure.
Mhm.
Sometimes people don't even realize they're drowning. I feel
Yeah.
like there's some people who go
Well, yeah, the-
underwater too deep, and I'm like, are you like okay?
Oh yeah.
hey, where are they? I can't see them.
Well, I have
Whatever.
to be able to see them, otherwise the area wouldn't be valid, or some other
Yeah.
guard is watching them. Like I remember this one time, so like there's that row swing at the pool. I literally like asked this kid, "Hey, like
Wait.
I think you should take a break.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look too tired to do this." They're like, "No, this is gonna be last time." They went off for the last time for sure, and then they just started drowning. I was like, "I told you." Just the whole.
No, yeah, you just looked down at them. I told you this would be your last time.
You just let
Goodbye.
them, you just move faster than them. You go long live
Yeah.
the king.
Oh, and this other time, this kid went off the roast swing. I wasn't even at the roast swing. I was like, either near it, guarding the area that looked at it, or I was on the other side of the pool. Okay, actually, those were two different things. This one time, I was on the other side of the pool and jumped in because it looked like they were drowning from my area, and like it didn't look like anyone noticed. Because when we have new lifeguards, I'm extra like cautious because I don't trust them because they're literally just starting
Yeah.
and stuff. It's
Fair
like
enough.
this is the busiest time, and y'all are just starting. Like this is your first day or something. It's like I don't trust you yet.
I'm with you. Like
So like I jumped in from the lap swim area
Yeah.
and went over the lane lines and stuff and booked it to this kid, and then like once I'm already getting towards the kid, the other guards kind of notice what I'm doing. It's like, yeah,
Oh.
I'm freaking out.
And there's a child dying. Wake up. Dying. Wake up.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, there's definitely been
no, I was just gonna say like if I were a new lifeguard, I would also be super. Not panicky, but anxious. Just like making sure, because like, imagine you're a lifeguard and it's your first date and you miss someone drowning.
Oh, for sure.
Then it's just like,
that's
what are you gonna do? Like, it is.
You're
That's how I
fucked.
felt my first day. Like I was so anxious. I was like, I had like tunnel vision, I guess I would say, when I was watching. Like I was so focused on people not being at the bottom of the pool that I kind of ignored the rest of the pool.
Yeah.
So like, the more you do it, the more you get used to it and you
Yeah, the more your
relax.
vision becomes less tunnely.
It's true.
But that still doesn't stop the times where I accidentally jump in for a kid who isn't drowning.
You're just like, I
It's
just wanted to
happened
swim.
I know it's
It
happened
happens.
once, but I think it might have happened another time too.
Yeah.
Also, like,
Like-
what would you rather? Would you rather have dove in after someone who wasn't drowning, or not dove in after someone who was drowning? Right.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I rather just jump in. It's like, oh, I'm a little embarrassed that you weren't drowning, but it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It looked like it.
You're getting paid.
It's not like I can see your face all the time. Like
Yeah, it's not
sometimes
like
if I bounce
he's
or
holding up a
something, you
sign that
just see
says
their-
drowning or not drowning. You know, like the
Yeah.
old Acme
It's like-
cartoons.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
sign pops up from
little,
the water.
Little wily coyote. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what they told us in the lifeguard training classes. Like drowning isn't something like you don't scream out you're
Yeah.
drowning. It's silent. Like they go under, and you have to be
All
vigilant.
you might get is a few bubbles.
You have to be the Batman of the pool.
Just leap in, just like, where is she?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts my throat. Why do I do that?
I don't know. I can't even do
Yeah, your
that.
voice is not deep.
My voice
Yeah.
don't go deep. It's so high pitched compared to yours.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's totally me.
That's my impersonation.
Yes, spot on. 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Yes, I sound like a little schoolgirl because I basically am.
I don't think so.
I was gonna say,
But not in the anime ones. Not those.
yeah. Ugh,
Ugh.
no,
You'd have to get me to
ugh.
start wearing a skirt.
I don't think I've ever seen you
I don't like skirts.
not wear pants.
Fair enough.
Like, do you wear pants?
Well,
She-
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
yeah.
never
Did you wear a
dressed
dress at, like,
before. You
prom?
saw me during prom. I wasn't wearing pants that time. Thank you very much.
It's weird how prom was such a long time ago.
I know, and
Yeah.
we only spent like
Yeah.
an hour there. That I thought was hilarious.
Oh, I spent Well, it was funny. I spent longer there because me and my date were like, because they'd start off with Bohemian Rhapsody, so like, oh, they're playing good music. So we kept saying like, they're gonna play good music. They're gonna play good music. They didn't.
Not surprising. It's Cleveland. It's
Fuck.
Cleveland public opinion. You think Cleveland has good music taste?
It's not like we requested anything.
No, I don't. Because don't get me wrong, I don't mind trap music. I like trap music. I just don't like trap music 12 times in a row.
I just don't like rap and some songs.
Fair enough.
But like, I mean, I don't mind rap with like, you know, some singing to it, but I don't like hardcore rap. I can tolerate, but it's not my preference.
Understand.
Yeah. What's your favorite type of music, guys?
I'm kind of weird because I'm kind of all over the place. Like, I like musicals and classical
feel that.
opera and
It's-
thrash metal and
I'm the
you
same
know
way.
like Tchaikovsky suites and you know I'm really all over the place. I got French rap. I got
yeah, I love
I got classic '90s like middle school dance, as my uncle calls it. You know,
Wrong decade.
Oh yeah. It's funny, like I was this is my genre list on Apple Music.
Oh, you can
like,
you
it's
can
just
still
like,
by genre
I
on Apple Music.
I use
Oh,
Spotify.
I've
on
never,
Apple Music, yeah.
huh. I never knew that.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, I was like, I looked. I'm like, wait, what song do I have as contemporary country? It's like, oh yeah, Home Free. They're a really good a cappella group.
That sounds like fancy country here.
Well, yeah, it's they're because they're an a cappella group, so it's pretty fancy.
Oh yeah, that's right. You also
Yeah.
can't forget disco.
Yeah, dude.
Yo, I love disco.
Have you ever-
Disco never died. Only people who played it. Only people who played and listened to it.
I'm honestly not surprised by that one.
You ever heard the disco rendition of the Star Wars theme? That was like an official thing.
Oh, I have not. No.
I will send it to you after this. It is amazing.
Oh yeah.
It was like released along like around the time of the movie because it was like the 70s and 80s. And it was apparently a huge hit. And I listened to it and it's like I can see why this slaps. I love
Huh.
it.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I for me, I'm just like I like any music as long as I can tell there's like passion put into it. That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like
Music is
I
good.
like metal so much.
Oh, shall we do questions
Sure.
again? I guess.
That was kind of that was my that was my question. I just
Questions,
answered the
Vivian?
music. I freeballed it.
It was just natural.
No, it was.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, then let's
Wait,
finish
what?
it. Let's finish it. Oh, did
She-
Vivian answer? Did Vivian answer
Wait.
us with
Oh
her
yeah.
favorite
Good point.
music?
Did you?
No, I just.
I don't think you did. I think you said you didn't like rap music.
That's
yeah.
all I said, and then you asked the question. I don't know. Like, I like most music. Basically, just anything that isn't rap. But there are exceptions. Also, I just don't like mainstream stuff. Like, why? I don't like it. It's like so weird. It's like all they talk about is like is the things that I do not partake in: drugs, alcohol, and sex. It's like the three things I literally don't understand.
I know, right? T Swift, she's got a crazy lifestyle.
Yeah. It's like now if you're gonna start talking drama, I will listen to that. Or, you know, bleeding heart emotions. It's so weird. Like,
I can relate to that.
I find it funny that like even though I'm not really that emotional as a person, I had like a big emo phase and like people didn't really know about it unless I voiced it.
I wish I could have seen that.
Like, did you ever think I would have an emo phase, V?
Ooh,
And you knew me during that
I don't-
phase.
I knew you during that phase? That's not possible. Did I?
You knew
Did
me.
I? Really?
Yes, you did.
Huh.
It's
Well
not
done.
like it's not like we met at the end of high school.
Yeah, we met sophomore year.
met-
We met sophomore year.
I still liked emo music at the time.
I mean, emo music is good.
I mean, hey.
I mean, it's some yeah.
Like,
it's-
Jack-
Yeah, emo music's good.
Jackson, you've seen that school project, Scream Emo.
What was it again? You're like, life is a masquerade. Everyone wears a
Oh
mask.
yeah, I can take a picture of it and show you. V.
ooh.
I'll even do like close-ups to the things that really show
Ooh,
you.
I'm game for this.
It is so beautiful.
Man,
It's
I-
great.
It's so beautiful cringe.
Never in 100 years would I've imagined that you had an emo phase.
Beautiful.
Like
cringe.
I can imagine you more in a kilt than like with scene hair. like Vivian in a
I
kilt
never dressed the
is-
way, but I liked the stuff.
way more plausible to me than Vivian with like scene kid hair. Like that's
Well, you
that's
would
crazy.
never see me with scene kid hair. Also, like just my natural hair already worked. It was all it's
true.
black.
Yeah, you just.
I
do,
don't
you
mind
just do the thing-
diet.
True.
You just do the
I
thing
just
where you
need to
cover half your.
exist.
You know, you do the thing where you cover half your face with it, like Violet from The Incredibles.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I mean, you have
Yeah.
a picture of me doing
Perfect.
that.
Yeah, exactly. That's your contact photo on my phone. I think.
Hey, you can always send it to him. I give you my consent.
I'm not gonna go digging through my photo library for that, but I will take a screenshot of the contact
Yeah.
photo.
Sure. Whatever, you do you.
Because I don't even know what.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's just like, you know, like meeting me, you would never think that type of thing.
Well, I remember you had a similar thing, Vivian, when I told you I liked metal. You were like, what?
Because, like, you're
Not to
such a
mock.
positive person.
Well, that's always the funny thing I think about. Everybody thinks people who listen to metal are negative people. I'm like, if anything, metal
I
makes me
know.
more positive because I get out my negativity through listening to metal.
100% agree with you. Metalhead community is
Exactly.
great. It's great. Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't think I've ever met a mean person who listens to
That makes
metal.
sense.
That
Really?
that I asked if they listen to metal.
Oh.
I mean, that type of music, I definitely feel like it really helps when you're,
Oh.
like, you know, doing exercise or something, trying to get that
Yes.
energy out.
Jackson,
real.
have you listened
For sure.
to Mongolian throat singers?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Oh!
I'm
Yo,
a fanboy.
I love it. Oh, man, this is great.
They're my favorite band because I know
Yeah.
you're thinking. I know who you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Who is that?
They're,
Yeah.
they're the best.
Oh, what's his name? I watched an interview with him one time, just randomly on YouTube, and then I started
One of
following
the-
them from there.
One of the band members.
Yeah.
I know. I think the lead guy who does. I think it's like Galdebraca, I believe.
Ooh.
Something like that. I'm bad with remembering Mongolian names, and I feel bad because their names are so badass.
It's not like you speak Mongolian,
Like their name-
so I don't think that's
I don't.
really... that's
it's no
not
biggie.
really, like, a big issue.
Oh, what was that name?
I mean, you don't exactly see me remembering names of Korean people in Korean dramas.
I know, but I'm a fanboy, and I'm like,
Sure.
as a fanboy, it's my duty to remember their names.
Yeah, honestly, like, when
But
I,
it's-
like,
yeah.
fangirled over stuff, I, like, even with, like, bands, I still never bothered to learn their names.
I know.
Like-
I'm just
Yeah,
messing around.
I'm with you.
Like, the only
I've had a
the
couple
only
friends.
bands whose names that I've known the names of the members of was One Direction and Fall Out Boy. One Direction was not my
Yo,
choice.
but-
I was forced into knowing.
Whoa, what about Jonas Brothers though? Hold on. What about the Jonas Brothers?
Oh wait, yeah, Jonas Brothers, Jonas Brothers. But I was never like I wasn't like
stan.
you know a crazy fangirl with them when they were a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed their stuff, but I didn't like go listen to all of their albums and stuff. Like I would listen to it when it comes on.
I feel like,
Like I didn't actively seek out.
How many Jonas Brothers are there? Are there 3 or 4?
3.
I think there's 5 at
What?
least. No. They have a younger brother and stuff.
Oh,
like Frankie.
yeah. I thought of the Jonas Brothers band, there's only 3 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's.
Oh, yeah, only 3 in the band.
Yeah, I was gonna
Do
say.
they
I
have?
thought talking about the whole family.
I think they do have one more younger. Do they
Because I
have
was
2
saying, I
younger
remember
brothers?
Kevin, Joe, and Nick,
I think
and then
so.
I was having an existential crisis. I'm like, is there another one I'm forgetting about, or am I just making him up?
I remembered
Jonas
Frankie for sure because I
Brothers.
loved the show.
Nice.
Yeah, the show
Their
was great.
show was amazing.
I don't remember it.
It's kind of weird how hard Disney grooms young children actors.
Really don't understand like if this is nostalgia or if Disney really did like peak
I'd
with
say
their
so.
shows when
They
we
I think they
Definitely.
peaked. They absolutely
Definitely.
peaked.
I think that was like the peak because like I today I do watch some kids shows sometimes like like She-Ra and stuff or like that stuff. Honestly, like a
Yeah.
guilty pleasure of mine as a kid was like Hannah Montana. Like
Hell yeah.
everyone in my class. Okay, I say it's a guilty pleasure because everyone in my class hated it. Cause like we had this thing where like you would get these this classroom money for being a
Oh,
good
yeah.
student and stuff, and we would have auctions to get stuff, and people literally avoided the Hannah Montana stuff.
And you're just like,
I
mine.
was like, no, I didn't buy it because I didn't even want the stuff. I was just like,
Oh.
Yeah.
they're all like, I hate Hannah Montana. I'm like, I like it, but I don't want that stuff.
Yeah, that or they're closeted Hannah Montana fans. We're like, no, I can't.
Classic
be a fan of it. I'm a boy.
internalized
And I'm like, y'all are
misogyny.
missing out.
It's so hard when the whole class is saying that. It's hard to tell who's closeted and who's not.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I don't remember that one.
Zoe
Fuck.
101. Zoe
Yeah,
101.
but that's
I like
Nick.
Zoe 101. That was fun to watch.
I know. I don't
God,
know where you
we're
could
so
watch it
old.
honestly. Besides finding
Hell
it.
yeah, hell yeah.
There's
Good old 1, 2,
ways.
3 movies. or
I'm
something.
sure there are sketchy third-party websites
Just find
out
yourself
there.
a sailor who
Yar,
can take
matey.
you there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Arg.
Yo, I'm trying to get my friends. Speaking of things that people
Yes.
don't like for no
never-
reason? Muppets. People hate Muppets. I don't understand it. The Muppets are great. Muppets Treasure
What
Island
Muppets movie?
is probably one of the best movies of all time.
Oh,
right up there
okay.
with Paddington
I've
2.
not seen that one, but I will.
Treasure Island.
I think I'm more like neutral
What?
with the Muppets, mostly because
What?
I haven't really
It's great.
watched anything from them. Although
I
I,
like
do
our-
like Miss Piggy.
I love that. Kermit
You
the
didn't
Miss
watch
Piggy's an
Elmo
icon.
growing up?
Kermit the Frog here. I love Kermit. My impersonation is so fucking rusty.
That's fine. It's not like you
No, but-
have anyone to make
No, no,
impersonations
yeah.
to.
Yeah, but you got Jim Curry.
Or I mean, do
You
impersonations
got Tim Curry
before.
in it. That's how you know a movie's good. That's how you know a movie is good if Tim Curry's in it. Just like Clue, original Clue, 1999 Clue, great movie, amazing movie.
Never seen it. I mean, I'm really bad at watching
Yeah.
movies.
Hey Jimmy, or whatever he says.
Hey, Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie.
Did you
there
know,
you go.
fun fact, like about halfway through the Clone Wars or something, Tim Curry starts playing the Emperor. Like for a couple episodes or something. I don't know how long.
What?
Because the original dude they had playing the Emperor, I think he passed away or something. So then for some episodes, I know they have Tim Curry
Wait,
doing him.
how did he pass away? Because he reprised his role in episode 9.
No, it wasn't Ian McDermott doing it in Clone Wars.
Oh.
It was a different guy.
Oh, in the Clone Wars. Gotcha. I misunderstood.
Okay. No, in the Clone Wars,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was like,
don't
how's that
know.
possible? How did they get him?
They brought him back from the dead for real.
Imagine if episode 9 it was Palpatine, but it was just Tim Curry in heavy makeup.
No, what I like to think is they actually, like, because the whole story is they brought him back from the dead, but they actually brought Ian
Yeah.
McDermott from the dead in real life.
Did they bring him back from the dead, or did the Force, or did he bring himself back? I forget.
I-
How does he stay alive? It's just like the Force is.
I think
Force
it was
bullshit.
a mix. I think he stayed alive with the Force, and then he, like, found his, like, Sith bros, and they attached that machine to him to make him alive.
Yeah,
That's
he was
my
like,
guess.
he was like.
Well, because he was
the
on the
rule
giant,
of
like...
two.
He
Yeah.
was, like, on the giant claw machine that was carrying... Like, he couldn't move around on his own.
Yeah.
And then he
I love
sucked the
that.
life force, and he was like, I could walk around now. Woo!
I
then
love
he
that.
died.
I love how. What is it? It's like. Yeah. I know a little bit of Star Wars. I used to be into Star Wars, and I kind of fell out after episode 8 kind of flopped. I was like, all right, this is kind of the turning point.
Fair enough.
So I kinda
enjoyed it, but I can see why people don't like it.
Well, it's funny because I liked episode 8 the best out of the new
Same.
trilogy.
It's
Like it was like
It's like I'm gonna stop while it's at the peak. That makes sense though.
oh, I was gonna say like the stuff that I forget his name, even though he just
Rian
did
Johnson?
Tenet. Yeah, the stuff that Rian Johnson wanted to do with Star Wars and like at least like got out the audience to question was super cool. Like
Yeah.
the fact that he brings up the fact that the Force isn't good or evil, it just wants balance. So as long as there's a Luke Skywalker, there is going to be an Emperor Palpatine. Like
Exactly.
it doesn't care about good or evil, and like the only way to save yourself in the universe is to shut yourself off from it is super cool.
it's so badass, and I love the idea.
That's
Yeah, and I
also
love the
cool.
idea he had where he's like, oh, look, Luke Skywalker, your childhood hero. Plot twist, he's actually human. He's not perfect whatsoever.
Yeah. I just think if they had given him a trilogy, yeah, I think the problem with 8 is that
Oh.
it is quite literally 3 separate
Yeah.
stories in 200 minutes in like 150 minutes. Like I think if he had been given even 2 movies or a whole trilogy just to like do like one story focusing on the Jedi, one story focusing on the normal people, and one
That would've been
like
awesome.
focusing on the Empire versus the Rebels. Like I think that could have been great. I think that Rian Johnson
Yeah.
is definitely like a big ideas guy, and he knows what he wants to like make the audience question about. Like case in point, like
Wait.
Inception. Inception is a fantastic movie.
Oh yeah, I love
Like-
that movie.
No, wait, Inception's Christopher Nolan.
Oh, is it? Oops.
No, it's okay.
Inception's a great movie still.
Same idea.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, they're all
yeah.
they're all white guys who try really hard to be smart.
It's so great you thought it was someone else.
Yeah, but no, the other Rian Johnson movie I know is Knives Out. That's the one.
No,
I
Knives
didn't
Out was
see it.
also great. Knives Out was great.
That's
Like
what I've
if you
heard.
liked Clue 19, if you like was it 1989 or 1999?
It looked really interesting.
1985. 1985.
I feel like if someone wants to get me to watch a movie, they do have to strap me
Wait.
down. Just get me a taser chair or something.
Well, no, they don't. It's less they have to strap you down for a movie. There's more they have to
I
keep
think
you
it's
awake.
just.
I also have to stay interested. I fall asleep because
Will
I'm
you be
not
more or
interested.
less interested if hot people are? in
Oh,
the movie?
okay.
It's like a car ride. I literally fall asleep during car rides.
Like, what if it's like a what if it's like a murder mystery, but it's like Chris Evans, but he's shirtless and lathered in oil the entire time? Would you be more interested or
I
less?
mean, Knives Out looks like an interesting movie, but like my issue with like the main thing that starts turning me off a movie.
You're dodging the question.
Nothing. We're good. Continue.
I said I would watch it.
Oh, okay.
And then I was gonna say the thing that mainly turns me off from movies is like sometimes they go really slow. It's like just get to the point. Like, can you
No.
be concise like I
That's-
should be in my
that's fair.
papers? I thought y'all went to college. The only thing I think I learned was how to be concise.
Honestly, that's the majority of Star Wars. That's the majority of Star Wars. It's far too much waiting. But that's probably why, like, from objectively, I think like quality, I think Force Awakens is probably one of the best Star Wars movies, right up there with Episode 4.
Oh yeah.
Like, because it's immediate action, you don't need to know anything. There's enough
Yeah.
happening on screen that it makes you ask questions and stay engaged. But like, I think Episode 8 is better from like
Yeah.
a narrative
Yeah.
or like fan point of view for like, oh, this is so cool, the stuff that he's. But at the same time, it's also the fans who hate. I mean, Star Wars fans.
Are scary.
Sci-fi fanboys.
They are
just kind of insane, and
Yeah,
they
there's no
like they know
neutral.
two things: they either love it or they hate it. There's no in between.
Exactly. Like you try to be like, well, you can love it. It's like I love it, but I also like I can enjoy the flaws. And they're like, no, bop. And then it's
Yeah.
like, shut up. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I feel like I'm usually like neutral to everything.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like the prequels. Like, I love them from like a funny, like selfish kind of laugh at it point of view. But like, if I tell someone, even joking, that I love the prequels, they're like a Star Wars fan or something, like the kind of toxic Star Wars fans, they're like, "You're crazy! Like, this is impossible! It's ruined everything!" Blah blah blah. And it's like, I don't really care.
That's the best thing, though. That's the best thing. They changed their minds. Now that's what they say about the sequel movies, and they're like, the prequels are amazing. I'm like, but you were just saying the other thing 2 seconds ago, and they're like, no, I wasn't. And I was like,
True.
what?
Without the prequels, we wouldn't have the midichlorians, and without the midichlorians, we wouldn't have sand, and without sand, we wouldn't have Darth Vader. It's like, it's whatever.
I mean, I know this is stupid, but like, I had some inkling understanding of what midichlorians were. I feel like that's the only interesting thing I found about it because it was like rooted in science.
Well, that's the whole point, though. So the Force
Yeah.
is supposed to be magic. There's a reason Star Wars is science fantasy,
Yeah.
not science fiction. So then they're like, it's science. It's like, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No,
What?
I was talking about the midichlorians.
Well, that was
know, that's-
the concept
that was
of it.
George Lucas's
That's the
next
Force.
plan before Disney
like-
took over. He was gonna
Yeah, I was watching like a film theory about it.
make a movie just about the midichlorians, which is so
Ugh.
weird to think about.
Well, yeah.
It was gonna be because like because they talk about it and they touch on it in the Clone Wars actually.
What if it was a documentary about them?
Yeah.
Like the next trilogy is just a documentary on midichlorians.
Yeah. I remember, yeah.
Like you know, like the Wills or the Wisp or whatever they are, like the four sisters. Like he was gonna do a movie on those.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just like the Force.
Yeah.
I just prefer the
Don't know
Force
how
being all
that would've
mystical and
been.
stuff. I find it so much cooler that way.
I
Exactly.
mean, it's
and
magic.
also,
It
like,
should just be magic. Like I love that they.
It's supposed
I
to
hate when they
be.
try to justify it otherwise.
like, also,
Honestly, I thought it was. Like, why justify? It's like us trying to figure out how we're alive, and then if you like put into like a blender all the
50%
things
banana.
that make a human, you don't get a human.
it literally, it's like,
Like, why
just is.
bother?
Don't think about it too hard, and you're gonna not be alive anymore because your brain's just gonna be like,
That should
Yep.
be the new tagline for Star Wars. It just is. Don't think about it too hard.
honestly, that would
I'd be super
I
okay
feel
with
it-
that. Because that's how it is. Just like
Yeah, no, I
Don't
would.
question it. Don't worry about
That would be
it.
amazing. That would help so much because the
Yeah,
problem with
I'm
Star
fine
Wars
with
is
that.
everybody comes up with their own
Yeah.
theories, and then because obviously the filmmakers don't talk to everybody, not everybody's theories comes out, and they're like, my
also the
theories.
fact that most people directing Star Wars don't know about it or care about it as much as even half
I
the
mean,
fan base does. Like I remember when
That's how you get the
Yeah.
spin-offs. Like a lot of the spin-offs, like Rogue One and The Mandalorian, they're directed by like guys who really like Star
like
Wars.
that's like what was it? For episode like when the leaks and like the screenshots for episode 9 were coming out with all the starship with all the spaceships, and people were like, "Oh, this is a this kind of ship, and this is a this kind of ship, so that means all this is happening." And it's like I will bet you 100% that they just put that ship in because it was in the asset folder in their
No,
drives.
that's literally what they did. They literally were like because it was like Vivian. It's a
Yeah.
giant like fleet of 1,000 ships or whatever. ILM was literally like, what ship access do we have? Okay, just
Yeah.
like they made a like I researched it because I thought it was cool. Like they made a couple new ones by smashing ships
That's
together, and I thought that
convenient.
was cool. But other than that, it's just
It's
old
a
ships. I'm
hybrid.
like, yeah. Considering the amount they had to
Yeah,
make, that's
there's only
that's
so
fair.
much time
like
you can spend.
unless you pause it, all the ships, all the ships, they're not on screen for a long time. So what's the point? Unless you pause
Going
it.
back to
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, just like going back to like that, don't like the Star Wars tagline of like don't think about it too hard. Like I think about that for the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is so enjoyable on a surface level,
Yeah.
but it only gets better the more you know about
Exactly.
it. Like, oh, you want to look up who the Mandalorians were? You can actually watch them in Star Wars: The
Well,
Clone Wars on
yeah.
Disney Plus too.
Yeah.
And you can like, oh, they're actually people. They have a history, and you're like, what is Beskar Steel, or like, what is all this other weird stuff? And you can like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of cool thing about Star Wars is that if you really want to,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much anything that's like that's like a proper noun, you can look up and we'll find a little Wikipedia.
Yeah, I was gonna
article
say
about
there's
it.
literally a Wikipedia, and I'm like, I love this.
And it's like, oh, this is so cool. And like you read about it and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is kind of cool. Also like how guns exist in Star
Yeah.
Wars, but no one uses them.
Yeah, like
They're called like Slogo guns.
No,
or
no,
something.
they're called slug throwers. I get it because it's like a metallic slug. When I was a kid, I
Yeah.
heard that and I thought they were just shooting slugs at each other like the animals.
But it's funny because like I think some of the only times Jedis have been killed by firearms have been by slug throwers because the bullet passes through the beam too fast to melt, so they just get shot.
Yeah, because like,
imagine
the laser, it's
like,
the same material as a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It goes boink, but a bullet
Yeah.
just goes through it, and they're like, ah, shit. So I'm like, here's how you beat a Jedi, a fucking Glock, just bang, bang, bang.
Who was the cool guy from the Clone Wars was it not Cad Bane? What was it? Like the blue cowboy guy?
Yeah, no, Cad Bane.
You
Yeah,
know who I'm talking about.
That's Cad Bane.
Cad Bane, it is Cad Bane. Like, if he had guns, 100% way cooler.
Well, yeah, then he'd just be a
100%.
straight up
He's like-
cowboy.
Yeah.
Just give him 2 6-shooters.
Star Wars needs to lean more into the Western aesthetic and like plot lines.
It works so
because
well.
It tries so hard to be like this new mythos, new American myth. Like, oh, this is amazing. But the problem with Star Wars is that really people only like it for the desert planets. Like for like even though like I'm sure the Wikipedia or whatever has like 1,000+ pages of all the different planets and their ecosystems and biodiversity, but as far as like 90%, 99, 95% of like the Star Wars fan base is concerned, there's about 9 planets in all of the Star Wars universe. You got Tatooine 2, Naboo, Coruscant, Luke's
Hoth.
planet, Hoth. You got not Hoth, the salt one or whatever.
Yeah,
And you got Exegol.
the creepy
got-
one.
You got not the Cantina.
The Cantina's a whole planet.
and
but I know
and Oregon.
yeah,
like-
that's it.
Like that's basically it, you know?
Yeah, but then you go into like the mythos, and it's like, oh my god, there's so many. What I just love
like-
about all Star Wars planets is about how they're all one biome. Like it's like this planet is entirely a forest. I'm like, this makes no sense, but I love it.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
It's that time. Any final thoughts, messages, or things you
Oh.
want to promote?
I'd like to promote the planet of Kashyyyk. It has great tourism, and all the residents are really nice. Visit there. I'm shouting out my furry brothers.
Ooh.
Of course
I'd like to promote the planet of Cybertron. Please enter the Earth's atmosphere and absorb us for nutrients so that we can all be turned into metal boy toys and car women. Thank
Oh my
you.
goodness,
Yeah.
can I just not be a part of that?
So we can all turn into cars and pollute the atmosphere.
I'm good. All right, that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for listening to the 3 people that listened, I guess.